What's up, everybody? Hope you're all doing well today. I'm gonna do this real quick in game. There. This is gonna be different tonight. I didn't really have much of a plan. It was either gonna be FTL or previous to what recently happened with the other folks I've been playing WoW with, I would have streamed some classic WoW with Blue and Kutaki, but Kutaki bit it on his Paladin in our Paladin trio in SFK last week, and we haven't quite got them caught up. Also, I haven't seen Kutaki on today, so he may be busy or otherwise indisposed IRL, so I just wasn't really feeling FTL tonight. Like, I love FTL. I'm almost always down for FTL, but I just didn't want to have to super focus on anything tonight, so I figured, you know what? It's mostly just going to be chilling and hanging out with you guys, chatting about whatever we want to chat about, so kind of just a chill hangout stream, and I figured I can just goof off and level a little WoW alt in the background. So that's what we'll do. It's WoW's just kind of the vehicle for, you know, the background noise as we just hang out and have some fun tonight. I love classic WoW. I have been very vocal about not liking modern retail WoW for a number of years, but with the anniversary servers, there was a big influx, obviously, into classic WoW again, and I always love a challenge, so hardcore classic WoW, where it's permadeath, is, I like it. The challenge is great. Not much of a challenge tonight, since I'm going to be leveling through the Gnome and Dwarf starting zone, which I know so thoroughly I must have done it, you know, 10,000 times. So, hey, Moose, good to see you, bud. Glad you're home. Hope you had a good time visiting the fams. Hey, thank you for 24 months. That's absolutely awesome, brother.
Hello?
Literal brother, welcome back. Thank you for that continued amazing support. I'm gonna put that on the list. 24. So yeah, just hanging out with you guys, chill, relax. I got a bottle of water. I got my only soda I've had today. So it's 6 p.m. and I haven't had any sodas all day, and I've been up since pretty early. I wanted one so badly all day, but I made myself wait, so I get to have one now. It's my Sunday. This is normally a day when I don't stream. I normally don't sit in front of my computer too much on Sundays unless friends or family want to do something, like Moose or Blue or Kutaki. We might play a game on a Sunday, but I spend a lot of my Sunday working around the house, cleaning, and reading. I try to physically read if I can on Sundays, since it's something I don't get to do very often anymore, and it's a lot easier to just listen to an audiobook, but there's still something about physically holding a book and reading it and losing myself into a book for a couple hours that I hope I never get tired of that feeling, because literature and stories and books are my favorite escape. I stream video games because I can't stream reading, really. Maybe I should do that one day. I can stream myself reading through The Hobbit and doing as many goofy voices as I can manage. But not today. So today, we're just gonna play a little bit of WoW in the background while we hang out and talk about whatever. Yes, Bjorn, books are the medicine for my soul. They truly are. When I'm at my worst, books bring me all the way back up. Some books more than others, but... Hey, Olzen, 14 months, thank you so much. Look, you got cheers, Olzen. They were cheering for you. Thank you and welcome back to such an awesome and amazing member of this community. You guys are absolutely amazing. You're probably hearing the... I'm in classic WoW, you're hearing the background noise a little bit there, so... And no, I don't have a fireplace in this house. There used to be a gas fireplace in the living room when I was a kid, because this house my mom has owned from the time I was probably in first or second grade. But that got taken out probably 2 decades ago, so maybe more than that. So, and we'll do a couple giveaways today, so at some point. I still need Waldo Butters to not only pick the game they won yesterday, but they didn't ever make their pick from Operation Echo. So, Waldo, if you hear this or see this, you need to do that. All right, let's knock out a little intro, and then we'll get to. I'm just gonna level a goofy little warlock in WoW. So yeah, we're just gonna have a little bit of fun. Super chill, good times, good vibes. Let's do it. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you, wherever you are. Ladies, gentlemen, and everybody else, thanks for being here. I'm the voice, and this is The Echo, where everybody has a voice. That means me, you, our games, our characters, our stories, heroes and villains, successes and failures, the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, the stumbles over my words, the wins and the losses in all things sci-fi and fantasy, particularly and especially gaming. This is a place where we come together to enjoy those things alongside challenging gameplay in a chill environment as part of an awesome community of amazing people. That's each and every one of you. Whether it's your first time here, whether you're a long-time regular, whether you're a lurker or a chatter, whether you recently returned to the stream, stumbled in by accident, got here through a raid one day, found us on YouTube, or are tuning in on the YouTube side. We are live on YouTube tonight. Whatever brought you into the stream today, the time you guys choose to spend here is awesome and amazing and extremely valuable to me. So thank you very much for that. And thank you for all the ways you guys choose to support the stream, the channel, the community, and me, and give me the continued opportunity to create this space, curate this experience, and share some good times and good vibes and good games with a great group of awesome people. Today is a super chill, super rare Sunday stream. We're just going to be hanging out, talking about all our favorite things. I'm going to be playing a little bit of WoW Classic in the background, but mostly trying to give you guys all my attention. It's just a chill hangout, and that's what the goal is for tonight. So, yeah, I hope you guys are happy to hang out with me. There we go. So I am going to unlock this window and then whoop, there we go. So I've got just a goofy little gnome warlock here. I haven't done anything on him. Action bars are good. All right, let's move some stuff around here. I got to be able to see everything. Yeah, Saline, literally one of my goals one day, I would love to have a home with a fireplace, literally so that I can sit at a fire and read a good book, because that's winning right there. All right, you
I have the finest wires
take
in the land.
those.
See you soon.
Oh, gotta talk to this guy.
You got my attention. Watch your back.
Just gonna be a chill evening. I don't have anyone to keep me company in game till probably level 3 or 4 when you can get your imp quest. But I'm gonna do a little bit of less optimal here, but almost a little bit differently optimal if you think of it this way. One of the things that warlocks, it's a very rare thing, and normally you do this after you do the wolves, but I don't care about efficiency right now. Warlocks start with immolate rank 1, but they don't start with it trained, and it's one of the few classes that starts with an ability known or available that you don't actually have at first level. So I'm just gonna go pick it up right away. And it looks like I can talk to this guy right away, which is, I won't be doing that for a few minutes, but he sends you into the troll cave to get, Hey, I understand, Coviers. It's not for everybody, but mostly I didn't decide to come back to WoW until the classic servers came out, and then that was fun, but it wasn't everything. But when they did classic hardcore, I was like, oh, well, yeah, I'm doing that. Now, there were hardcore servers, private servers for years. I just never got into them. Thank you guys so much for that little hype train. Very awesome. I never got into the private hardcore servers because I'd kind of put WoW out of my mind for a number of years, but okay, my mic stand is trying to fall, so let me fix this real quick. Bear with me. Well, you might not have had a good intro to it, Bjorn, because, yeah, I mean, pushing W is part of the game, but it's not all of it by any means. And being someone who very much enjoys slow-paced strategy and tactics games, there's a lot of them that are less engaging than WoW, so... but yes. Did I go in... You people get me talking, and I didn't go in there. I didn't do what I went in there to do, which was get immolate. the number one thing with surviving in classic WoW, particularly in hardcore, is game knowledge. And the one thing that I've always done is be knowledgeable about the games that I play. I will often know a great deal about a game before I ever even start playing it. It's just the nature of my personality to learn a lot about something even before I'm really involved or invested in it. There are games that I know a ton about that I've never personally played. Now, obviously, that doesn't mean I'd be good at them. In this case, it does. But I played... I don't know how many collective levels, I'd have to do the math, but I have a rogue on the original classic hardcore servers from last year, year before, whatever it was, that's level 58. I have a level 48 mage and a level 50 hunter and a 30-something druid. I've never lost a character in hardcore. It will happen at some point, but... because he probably fucked with the fuel amounts in his INI file, Holiday. No, I'm joking. But that'd be one way to do it. If you went into the INI file and you lowered the fuel amount or flight time on the flying enemies, they would almost always land. So you could make that happen if you were so inclined in Long War. Mostly MMOs, T-Ducks. I might have played some of them a little bit, but I have always been someone since Classic EverQuest that really enjoyed MMOs and usually learned a lot about most of them, but didn't play most of them. Or I played most, but didn't play most for a long time. Just didn't have the time. Destruction Saline, because I'm not, you know, everyone does Affliction, which is inarguably the most viable spec, but I'm not going to do that. In original Classic, it was almost entirely Affliction with a tiny bit of Demonology, and maybe you would do a few Destruction talents, but no one really spec'd Destruction. I did, because I don't care. And I don't care about debuff slots. If I'm the raid leader, I can control who else is there, so... yeah, Coviers, I hate getting random invites, and it's funny that you say that because I'm going to go in here and I'm going to block guild invites so that I don't get one. We have our own guild, me and Blue and Kutaki, but none of them are on right now to invite me, so... It's casserole season sounds amazing. That's true, Cool Dan. It is. Turkey Tetrazzini for a get-together with my friends. That's awesome. I'm glad it turned out well. My favorite thing to do in any MMO, but particularly this was the case in Classic WoW, or in WoW in general, anytime I played, was to take the spec or the role that people said was basically the least viable, and make it the best I could. Usually the best that there was. So long before balanced druids were considered viable at all, I was playing a balanced druid and parsing the top of the DPS charts, because that was just something I like to do. It took a lot of extra work that most people wouldn't want to put in. I did it with Destruction Warlock long before Destruction Warlock was something people wanted to play a lot, or were accepting of playing a lot. Now the advantage was I was usually running my own guild, so no one could tell me, oh, we don't have a slot for that. So.
What can I do for you? Safe travels. See you soon. Safe travels. Off with you.
The Cruise, hello, hello. Good to see you.
What's on your mind?
We're doing something very different
Keep your
tonight,
feet on the ground.
but having some fun.
What can I do for you?
That's the big goal. Have some fun. Found the problem with non-viable builds was usually a lack of proper gear options. That's the biggest problem with Prop Paladin, which I'm playing in our Paladin trio, is just the availability of actually properly statted gear. But, you know, with enough hard work, you can get around that. Mostly, not entirely. I shanked him. Gerex, Trog. You resist? Stop resisting! So yeah, this is a very different, you know, type of stream for us tonight, but I figured I'd just hang out and have some fun. I don't know about that, because DPS warriors are, without question, the #1 damage dealer in Classic WoW, is DPS warriors. Warriors in general are broken in Classic, and there is more than enough gear for them.
It's too far away.
The #1 damage dealer in Classic WoW, especially when you're talking like raids, you know, single target damage, is warriors. And warriors are extremely powerful leveling, but they have no bailout buttons, unless you really know the class. But they are also for a long time, they were considered the only viable tank because of just gearing and stats and so forth. But druids, feral druids, have since been allowed into more situations. People are still shunning paladins because they don't have a hard taunt, but the reality is you don't need one if you know what you're doing in most situations. But feral druids also have a taunt, so it wasn't just taunt that made warriors the de facto choice. But that is the #1 reason that paladins got left behind. Also, there's not good gear for prop paladins in the raiding sphere. But I don't really plan on raiding in WoW Hardcore. The leveling is the journey and the challenge for me. So, and I'm just kind of doing it because it's a fun way to waste some time. Yeah, I mean, like I said, people have started to realize what you can do with the feral druid in recent years, and you're seeing feral druids main tank raids now because they are fully capable of it, and their their stat capabilities are insane. They can get ridiculously good avoidance with just dodge and ridiculous amounts of health and armor because their armor scaling beats out warrior, mostly because the #1 thing about tanking in Classic WoW, once you've gotten to the point where you're not going to get crushing blowed by a boss, is not survivability so much. You need just enough survivability that your healers can take you alive. The #1 thing is threat generation, which is why most of what's important for tanks is actually how much damage they can do to get threat. Paladins have a slight advantage in that for dungeoning, in that they don't have to get hit to generate rage to then generate threat. Warriors and druids essentially have to, at least in part, take damage to generate their rage to then generate their threat. So paladins just do holy damage to generate threat, or buff, which actually works. So I need one more of those burleys. Yeah, you couldn't really do some mechanics with, like, there are like 4 encounters that paladins just can't tank in Classic WoW. But outside of those, they are perfectly capable, but a lot of people say, oh, well, the only reason it works is if the whole raid is working around them doing that and making concessions. And I think that's mostly just an excuse, because they don't want to share their gear. Oh, I'm not sure, Cool Dan, because it's been a long time since I've paid attention to anything like that, honestly. And I couldn't even tell you what any of the sets released in the last, you know, X number of years even look like, so not sure I can weigh in on that fairly. Yeah, there was no raid gear for paladins that was statted for tanking until TBC. And also, one of the bigger
Pleased to
drawbacks
meet
for
you.
paladins
Be
is that
seeing you.
they're dependent on a diminished resource for tanking. Whereas the resource that druids and warriors use for tanking is rage, which grows. Paladins use mana, which disappears. And if you run out of mana for some reason,
Can I help you?
you
You
can't.
have a great day now.
That's it.
Daylight's
So,
turning.
I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm just saying they're probably my favorite dungeon tank at all. So, yeah, not even TBC, really. TBC, they did a lot of work for paladins, but it was Kata when paladins really got the ability to be fully capable of tanking. All the way. Yeah, but they got a lot better in TBC with Consecrate because in Classic, Consecrate is in the Holy Tree. You have to spec 10 points into Holy to get it. In TBC, they made Consecration just an ability you learn as you level, so you didn't have to waste talent points to get it. Waste talent points to get it. So despite the fact that my Paladin tank is level 27, he only has like 6 points in Prot. He had to put 11 into Holy first, so... for Consecration. But it works, and it's a lot of fun. Now I gotta kill a bunch of boars.
You got my attention. Off with you. Watch your back. Be good.
And there's someone else over here killing the boars. Like they think they belong here. This is my zone. I literally have not put my buff on since I started. That's how little I'm paying attention to this and more paying attention to you guys. I did my first 3 levels without demon skin on. Oh my goodness. I'm going through this soda so fast because I wanted one all day. Yes, I just clipped my Shadow Bolt. I don't want to hear about it. I ain't here to play efficiently. I'm just here to goof off. And try to not die.
Not enough mana. Not enough mana.
You know, I'm not against it, Coviers. I just haven't really found one that's been something I've had the desire to play, let alone with, you know, a group of people. I don't play much with other people. That's the reality. Playing WoW with Blue and Kutaki is like the only thing I've done that wasn't solo gaming in a long time.
I need more mana.
Oh, balls. All right, we're gonna shank this boar. And I'm not playing this character as, like, isolated or solo self-found or self-found. I'll send some bags and a wand over to him once I get out of the newbie garden. So... I think we played, myself, Blue, and Kutaki played a little bit, and got, I think, to level 16. So we've almost got to where we can run Kutaki's Paladin through some dungeons. In hardcore pre-level 60, you can only do each dungeon once a day. So we can run them through Dead Mines. They need to go through Dead Mines because there's an item for the level 20 Paladin quest for Varrigan's Fist. And we'll probably do Dead Mines as well, or Wailing Caverns as well, just because of the chunk of experience that'll happen from it. And hopefully we'll have them back up to level 26 relatively quickly so we can take our revenge on Arugula in SFK. Yeah, it's not that bad. We did it on stream the first time we did Wailing Caverns. We made the trip on stream, and it was long, but... There are shorter ways to do it, but they're dangerous, and on hardcore, I don't put myself in danger unless I have to. So, it's not a race. I see people die, and, you know, they die with 5-minute cooldowns, or 10 or 20-minute cooldown, or 30-minute or an hour cooldowns unused, and I just never get it, because I'm like, yeah, it's not like you can use that in your next fight, and I don't know why you wouldn't just use a 5-minute cooldown and then not die and waste the 2, 10, 50, 100 hours you're putting into the, you know, put into the character, so. Yeah, we were gonna do BFD after SFK, but again, Kutaki borked it, so. Died on Arugula with Lay on Hands and Bubble available when the boss is at 6% health. So, my first characters weren't gnomes, but one of my most played Alliance characters was a gnome warlock. So my first character in WoW that I put a lot of time into was my original Dwarf Hunter. And he was a rank 13 PvPer. Survival spec long before survival spec was considered viable at all. Because I'm talking early vanilla. And I raided with him through TBC. After I stopped PvPing as much. But in TBC, my main was a gnome warlock, and I raided with that character all the way through Legion, but I also was playing a Tauren Druid, which was probably my most successful main. I ran a raiding guild with my Druid from TBC all the way through Legion, and then I played a little bit of BFA, but... Oh, I'm done with boars. But yeah, I had a gnome warlock was my main for quite a while, so... My main in hardcore has been a gnome rogue. On this server, I have a level 30, and on the original hardcore servers, he's level either 56 or 58. I'd have to look, I don't know, but he's level 30 here. I was considering playing him right now, but
Watch your back.
I figured I'd just do something more chill than something that's gonna take my focus, so, because I don't want him dying. If this guy dies, I don't really care. He's literally been, you know, in here for what, an hour? So, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So, yeah. But I told my brother Blue this, and I said it on stream, I think, a couple times, but I never really had I don't get into role-playing, really, in MMOs all that much. If I do want to do role-playing, I do that through, like, D&D, stuff like that, or in the bedroom. But I do like to have, like, a character lore in my head, and that's the D&D player in me. I have a backstory, I have a lore, I have a headcanon for my character, but I don't, like, actively roleplay in the game. But playing a rogue in hardcore has felt the most like I was actually playing my character in an MMO. Because I had to pay attention to every situation. I had to have all my abilities, my tools, my tricks available. I had to scope out. I have to look what's happening, be aware of my escape. I have to do everything that a rogue would have to do. I can't just, you know, whenever I played a rogue in any other time, whether WoW or another MMO, it was just, yeah, I just do a bunch of damage. Because if I die, it doesn't matter, whatever. I'm not really doing anything. I'm just a damage bot. And then, yeah. So, Rogue is the easiest class to level on hardcore. My Rogue also made a 60. Is Rogue the easiest? They're definitely easier than some, but easiest? Mages have about as many escape buttons, maybe even more, like get out of jail free cards, as a Rogue does. And it doesn't have to put themselves in as much danger. So I think Mage, I would argue, might be slightly easier. They're very close, though. I don't think Rogues are particularly hard, but I do think you have to have a decent amount of game knowledge to level a Rogue. Because if you don't know what a Rogue is capable of or how to utilize a Rogue's kit properly, you won't make it to 60 just because Rogues are easy. So... Hey, Hill Home, good to see you, bud. I still haven't died yet. I still haven't died yet in hardcore. It will happen. I'm sure it might happen tonight while I'm live, just so that it can happen on camera and be recorded. But it hasn't happened yet. I honestly haven't had all that many super close calls either, but I've been super cautious. I've over-leveled a lot of my quests. I don't put myself in super dangerous situations if I don't have to. But like the other day on my Rogue, I soloed the escort quest in Red Ridge, and the mobs were just green. They were like right into the green level for me. But that was a little bit dangerous, but you know, wasn't that bad. And I got through it. He's alive still. Hey, that's good, Hill Home. I'm glad to hear it. I just got over being sick, so yeah. I have a couple Night Elves. I have a Druid and a Hunter on here. My Druid is supposed to be to tank for Moose's group, but Moose hasn't had as much time to play recently with work and the holidays and everything. So I've left that Druid at like level 14 to try to level with that group. I think my Hunter is also level 14. I'm not the type who generally cares too much about like what my character looks like. I just kind of play to my headcanon. But I cannot stand the avatar for Night Elf males in Classic WoW. They just look undescribably goofy and ill-proportioned. So, Hunters get super overconfident. So, Hunters are relatively easy, and I think that makes... They're very accessible to new players, and I think that makes new players overestimate what they can do, and they wind up dying. So... There is no guild bank, Saline. Nope. Not like a shared storage bank. No, not in Classic. Oof, jeez, Hillhome. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad it seems like you're getting to the better side of that ordeal. Yeah, Saline, my two Night Elves are females because I can't stand the avatar for the male Night Elf is just the goofiest, ugliest thing in the game. Someone asked me earlier what set I thought was the ugliest. Anything on a male Night Elf. They look so bad. Ugh. They're also probably one of the most played and picked things, so... Because every uber WoW nerd had the Illidan fantasy, so...
I can't carry anymore.
My inventory?
Inventory is full.
Well, put something on. There. I didn't immolate. Yeah, which can only be Night Elves, Saline, so. So, yeah. And Blood Elves, I guess, on the other side. I haven't played Classic WoW in too long, so, or retail WoW in so long, so I don't really know. I'm legit gonna fill up my inventory here. Okay, there's a tree there. Alright, let's not get ourselves killed in the newbie garden. That'd be embarrassing. You can ask whatever you want, Saline. That doesn't mean I'll necessarily answer, but you're welcome to ask. So yeah, very different for tonight, folks. It's just chilling and hanging out. I wanted to get a Sunday stream in. I told you guys I was going to do a full week. I'm going to do that, but just Sunday's normally a night when I don't stream at all, so different for me. Okay, my chat bot is like definitely delayed. All right, let me get that fixed. Okay, that should do it. There we go.
Inventory is full.
Yeah, I probably have the music super low. So, options. Audio. Let's see how that goes.
I can't carry anymore.
I can't carry anymore. It does. It's actually, I think, one of the... the music has always been pretty solid in WoW, I would say. Definitely a strength. Obviously, it's the most successful MMO ever, so they don't need my, you know, quantification of their capability or quality, but... But music has always been one of the strongest parts of this game, I would say. As is the case with most games I play and stream, music is a big part of my enjoyment of them. I said this when I streamed WoW before, when we were running through Ashenvale, that they do very good atmospheric music. Not just the ambient sounds, but the music for the atmosphere that you're in is almost always very good. Sometimes it's a little bit weird or off, but usually it's really good. The sound effects are still a little bit loud, huh? Hey, crit. Big damage. I normally play solo without anyone watching, so I haven't really paid much attention or cared much about the sound balance or anything like that. I've left 30 copper on the ground and crap I've had to ditch. Oh no! I also have corruption and curse of weakness right now, but I don't really care about those. But we'll go back in. Actually, I don't have to if I do this correctly.
How are you?
No, because I have to come back and turn in the... This is annoying. The mug to this guy anyway.
I can't carry anymore.
Because he wants to give me two things. Of course he does.
Safe travels. See you soon. How are ya?
And he wants to give me something.
See you soon.
All right, let's go run this in. I have a level 10 priest that's got tailoring, and I probably, as soon as I get to the first town outside the newbie village, I'm probably going to bounce over to him and make some wool bags real quick just to speed up the process. And a wand. A wand? You gotta have a wand. But my brother, Blue, his mage, he finally made it to 20 on his mage without dying this time. He probably died 5 times, I think, trying to level that mage up. But he made it to 20 either yesterday or the day before, and he's a tailor as well, so...
Hi, how are you?
He usually provides
You have a
bags
great
and
day
stuff if anyone needs, but... Hey, you, buy this stuff.
What's on your mind? Keep your feet on the ground.
This character, if I stick with them at all, will probably be
What can I do for
Herbalism
ya?
Alchemy,
Watch
because
your
that's what I
back.
always did on my warlocks.
Off with you. Safe travels.
Interesting.
Off and away.
Cool. Just chilling in Coldridge Valley, hanging out with you guys tonight. I know it's very different, and I keep saying that because it always concerns me, or concerns? Might not be the right word. I'm always concerned that, you know, it's not going to go over well, people aren't going to care, but honestly, I didn't really care how many people tune in tonight or not. It's just a chill little bonus stream. If people want to hang out and chat, great. If you want to hear a rant, you could probably get me going on something. So... Hey, Chaos, good to see you. Figure we'll just run around in the snow and have some fun. Since there's never any snow where I live in real life, if there is, it'll be in a couple months, usually in February. But it's usually ice, not snow.
What can I do for ya?
Are you seriously hearthing to the other side of the... Okay. Guess
See
if
you
you're trying to
soon.
go fast, that would be one way to really speed up. The guy hearthed like 100 yards. So. I won't say this part's exactly dangerous, but going into a cave is the dumbest thing you can do generally in hardcore, and you kind of have to on this one, so. Especially as a warlock, because this is where you get the items for your imp quest, or your quest for your imp, your first pet. I'd still, you know, 90% of deaths in WoW hardcore are people rushing, people trying to go too fast. GG's, good luck, you died. Should have wished yourself luck. So I take it slow. I'm never trying to go fast. It's like I was saying on my my rogue. I think every quest that he's working on right now is greened out to him, and that's fine by me, so. Rather overlevel a little bit than die. Stab you. You don't want none of this. You don't want to catch these hands. I mean, if I can skip one mob, sure, but because he's not going to aggro me. What did I just say about not trying to go too fast? But yeah, I'm in zero danger. So. Game knowledge is a huge part of it. I'm not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to WoW Classic, but I know more than the average player, I would guess. Stab him in his face! So I was looking through my Steam library before I went live tonight because I still wasn't entirely sure what I was going to play. It's why I landed on this for now. FTL's always there, and people tune in, and I love FTL. We played just the other night, got 2 wins. One of them without hacking, which was a little surprising, but it was Stealth A. So if you're going to win without hacking, it's good to have a super powerful ship to do it on. And we had double flak burst laser too, so that kind of helps. But I was looking through my Steam library for more games that might be good for streaming, and it's just, I do fall into a trap of just always falling back to XCOM. Because not only do I really enjoy XCOM, but I feel like I am good enough at it and can do unique enough things in it that people will enjoy watching. So, various forms of XCOM. But I'm sure I've got some other things in there that might be enjoyable. Maybe what I'll do is eventually just like share a full list of my Steam library, or at least, you know, anything that I think might have any interest for stream. See what people say. I'd like a little bit more mana before I talk to you, sir. And a little bit of room. You gotta give me some space, man. I already had water there, I just had sold it. Now, this is like, you know, one of the earliest named mobs you have to kill when you're in this newbie zone is this guy right here. And what a lot of people think, kind of rightly so, is that these two are tied together. So they pull this mob thinking, I gotta kill him before I kill Gricknir the Cold. But the thing is, if you just pull Gricknir, this guy doesn't move. So he social aggroes with him, like if you pull him, Gricknir socials. But if you pull Gricknir, this guy just stands there. So I'll pull this guy back a little bit. You want to trade spells? I can do that. You're dead before you get one off. Get right, kid. He just stays there. So, yeah. They pull this one thinking they're going to come together and you have to kill them both. And then Gricknir isn't really that hard, but, you know. Yeah, giggity. I gotta kill this guy just because I need this guy, and I don't want to have him in my way. Sometimes there's a treasure chest over here, and you might get really lucky and get a little bag out of it, but I don't really need that because I'll be able to get bags anyway. I'm gonna drink my other water. Giggity. This guy's gonna be a problem, but I don't know if they'll both aggro. Like, if he'll aggro him when he runs past. I have a feeling he will. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, he didn't. Good. I need the novices for the feathered charms for my imp quest, so. Get crit. Get crit on. Need a novice. None of those are novices. There's novices up there, but that's all the way around the other side. I guess I'm gonna be here for a second. Again, that's fine. It's not about going fast. We're not Sonic the Gnome Chog. Gotta go slow. Don't want to die in the newbie garden. That'd be embarrassing as all hell. Am I lagging? A little bit laggy there. Stream's fine, so. I bet the novice next to Gricknir's respawned, or is about to. And my latency is very high right now. That's like double what I'm normally at. So, well, the novice hasn't respawned yet. Come on, man. I want to get out of here. Oh, someone died in here. Yeah, see, I don't want to do that. That's embarrassing. There you are. Hey, Raph. I don't think I said hey, but hey. I saw you smiling. Good to see you. One health, really? Just die. Give me my charm. Let's go get our imp and hope he doesn't have a really stupid name. Because in Classic, you can't change their names. Whatever they have when you summon them, that's the name they have forever. In later versions, I don't know, maybe Kata was when it was added? I don't remember when. But they added a tome that you could buy that would summon you. Technically, it would change the name, but in game lore, it would summon you a different of those creatures. You know, of those demons, so that you would have a different one under your command. Under your fell domination. Good old little bit of classic WoW. Way back in the day, me and my brother Blue would challenge each other to see who could basically speedrun Dune Moreau.
My mana is low.
Every quest available in Dune Moreau, from Coldridge Valley till you left for Loch Modan as fast as possible. And in Kata, they streamlined it a lot, so it got a lot faster. But pre-Kata, doing it under 2 hours, well under 2 hours, without... This was long before add-ons to, like, streamline the process. You just had to do it in your head. I think I did it in about 90 minutes once, and that was ridiculous. A lot of it comes down to a little bit of RNG, too, on if you get the right drops for some of the quests where you need items to drop, like stalking jet steam. Gibbs has been a decent boy. We'll do some Gibbs time in a little bit. I think he just conked out behind me right when I went live, so... We'll get one in today for sure. Hey, Plasma Fields, what's up? There's the music. Been a long time since I played a Warlock in WoW. Many a year. Lazy Sunday, that's what we're doing right here. Nothing that I have to think too hard about. Nothing that,
How are you? Be good.
you know, is going to task me too greatly.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Just a good chill time. The snow on the ground makes it even chillier. Look, there are MMOs that are way more beautiful in modern graphics and appearance and photorealism and everything like that. But there is something enchanting about the appearance of a lot of these WoW zones. And I'm sure a great deal of it is nostalgia, you know, from just, you know, 20 years of this game being around. But there's something about it. The ability to fly everywhere shrunk the game. And, you know, it really minimized the scale of the game, because you have to consider that the game is already shrunk. And what I mean by that is this zone represents, you know, a massive valley, and then Dune Moreau is, you know, a massive expanse between Loch Modan and Nomragon, and it's supposed to be this massive valley, and you can walk across it in like 6 minutes of just walking on your character. In an MMO, they have to, you know, squish the zones down so that traveling across them is doable. You know, everything is kind of minimized, but once they added, you know, flying everywhere, the game just feels so much smaller, even than it did already in some cases. All right, let's see what this idiot's name is. Tarnip. Really? Tarnip? Alright. There you go. Tarnip. It's a bitter root vegetable for an imp. Tarnip. Alright. There were many a time back in Classic when I was playing a Warlock and I would get to this quest and restart. Because I didn't like the name. Tarnip. That's a funny one. He's also a psychopath. Look at him. Killing rabbits. Jeez. Why are you over here, human rogue? Also, you're level 13. What are you doing down here?
What's on your mind? Safe travels. See you soon.
Oh, yeah.
Honored, I'm sure.
I'm gonna roll with it. I'm also streaming, so I'm not about to do the same exact thing for the next, hour that I just did, so. We'll roll with it. Maybe he'll grow on me. Oh, really? Get him, Tarnip! Shadow Bolt rank 2 and life tab. We were talking earlier about rogues being one of, if not arguably, the easiest class to level to 60. I think warlocks are up there too. Warlocks are ridiculously powerful in Classic. In all of WoW, but in Classic for sure. Ooh, okay. You can just die, thank you. Anybody got time for that? The number one thing that makes Warlock so powerful is just fear. The fear spell does not have a diminishing return on its effect, so you can just chain fear. And because one of the earliest talents in the affliction tree lowers the enemy's ability to resist your spells, you can fear even monsters that are a couple levels above you consistently without resists, and just make them run around while you kill them slowly with your dots. It's exceptionally powerful. Now, it's another one of those things like what we were saying, someone had said happens with hunters, is people who are newer maybe they start with Warlock. They say that, Warlocks or noobs and rogues have, a lot in common. They both pick locks. People will play a Warlock and get a little bit overconfident in their ability because of how powerful they are and wind up getting themselves killed.
I'm out of range.
Now, these stats aren't perfectly accurate anymore, but... So, Warlocks... 1.2% to level 60. It's actually fairly low. So, Warriors have a high percentage making 60, but a lower percentage making a lot more of the thresholds in between. But, yeah. number of deaths is quite high because you need warriors for endgame content if that's what you're wanting to do, but... Hey, you're a vendor, right? Yeah. Here.
How are you?
Ow! His fire cooked me.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Yeah, there you go, Saline. Killing boars on the way in because 2 of the quests that you pick up, one requires boar meat and one needs crag boar ribs. So if you can get a few... I used to, in one of the ways to try to optimize your routing in this zone, if that's what you care about, is to get 6 crag boar ribs and 6 boar meat before you even get into town. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. DPS, obviously, in sheer numbers, more people play DPS because in the average dungeon, you need 3 times as many DPS as anything else, but that also means that a greater number of average or under average players wind up playing DPS, and there's no responsibility, right? For a DPS player as opposed to a tank or a healer. But a good DPS, even sometimes more so than a good tank or a good healer, will stand out. Like someone who really knows what they're doing. I'm not saying I'm one of those people, but, well, in a lot of cases I was. That was what I focused on, was being the best I could at what I did. Even if it was just DPSing. The other day I did Stockades on my rogue. Stockades is known for being big AoE pulls, you know, a lot of the time. Not as much on hardcore, but we were pulling full groups, and there were the other 2 DPS in the group were both mages. And they were, one was even level to me, and one was a level higher than me. And they were AoEing on every pull, and I out DPS'd both of them through the entire dungeon, so... I don't play my rogue like most people say you should, especially for group content. The #1 way to play a rogue in Classic is combat spec with swords. It just does the most, but I don't care. I play subtlety spec with daggers because I like to start a fight with the enemy at, you know, no health, basically. Exactly, Zarnia, exactly.
Great to meet you.
There's you notice when you have a really skilled, you know, a really high skilled DPS player in your group, you take notice. Especially when you haven't had one before and you realize, wait, that's what an actual good player can do for you. Instead of just sitting there whining that they didn't get the drop they wanted. Which is what most DPS do. I'm gonna do this real quick. Where is he? Alright, let's get a wand and some bags for the warlock. Made a simple wood and some fine thread. Cool. You mean I can't just kick our tank? Yeah, I mean, you can try. Fine thread for woolen bags? Yeah. 4 fine threads.
Off with you.
Something cozy about good old classic WoW. All the nostalgia, I'm sure, is entirely what it is, but I have fun. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a big part of leveling a tank is, especially in a non-hardcore setting, because in a non-hardcore setting, I'm not running a dungeon with anyone I don't personally know, especially as a tank, or healer. I'll do it as a DPS, but mostly as my rogue, because if it goes sideways, I'm not dying for anybody I don't know personally, and I might not die for them. I have Vanish, I will use it. I'm not dying because they're idiots, so... So I didn't do my first dungeon on my rogue till I was 22 because I had Vanish. So I did Dead Mines at 22 because if it was going to go sideways, I wasn't going to die. Unlike some other DPS I know who died despite having 3 different buttons they could have pressed to live. One thing that was a nice change with modern classic servers is you can mail between your own characters. You can send mail and it's instant, whereas you used to still have to wait the full hour back in the day. I'm pointing right at Kutaki, but they're not here right now. Rowan. So there's my rogue, who is level 30, and there's my pally for our group. So, where is my warlock? There he is. I was about to do BFD on my rogue. I guess I could at some point. I might do that. Switch over and see if I can get a Black Fathom Depths group. I need to go into Ironforge anyway. Am I gonna have the money to grab herbalism and alchemy? I'll take the trip. I want another soda, but I'm gonna try to drink some water first. Well, thank you guys for hanging out tonight. It's a very different thing for us around here, especially playing solo. You guys don't have Blue and Kutaki to listen to and laugh along with. But I just wanted to chill and hang out tonight, so that's what we're doing. And thank you all for hanging out with me. Hope you guys are having a chill evening and weekend as well. Getting ready for the new year. All right. But yeah, despite, like I said, I know that there's, and I don't even have probably my graphics settings turned all the way up, but there's just something enchanting about, especially these lower level WoW zones. There's just something about the way they were, because back in the day, when this was, you know, you were first seeing this view walking up to Ironforge, that was insane. Classic EverQuest had some pretty cool visuals for when it, you know, for its time, but this was the first one that really gave you kind of grand scope, at least visually, for a lot of things. So. The Wintervale Wreath. It's true. That's true. Alright, gotta pick up herbalism. That's why I ran all the way into town. good idea to just start doing. You know what I should have done though? I should have bound in Karanos, and I forgot to, because then I could have just hearthed right back out. Again, I'm not here to go fast. EverQuest, classic EverQuest has a really cool world, but with no questing to tie the world together, the game was called EverQuest, but there was no questing in the game, essentially, you know. So I guess the name was more to convey that it was all a quest forever. The quest was just playing the game and leveling, but nothing really tied the world together. There was no lore to make you understand the relationships between the various zones and the races and the factions, so it was very... They expanded on that later, but by that point, for my personal taste, the game started to suck, so it didn't really matter. Yes, I ran a full loop because I went the wrong way. Tarnip needed his walk, so...
Interestiana pint. See you soon.
And they couldn't really make, you know, Ironforge the size that Ironforge would have to be the capital of the Dwarven city, or else it would take you an hour to walk the circuit. And no player's gonna, you know, sign in for that, so... Well, some would. A very niche group of people would, but the average player wouldn't.
Off with you.
Excuse me. All right. I would, but I'm also stupid. I've probably seen some videos of it sailing, but it's been a long time. Here we go. That was over. Absolutely, Chaos. It 100% does. Try to get through Dune Moreau pretty quickly. And then I walk right off the edge and die. That'd be great. Ooh. It's been a busy Sunday. I try not to do too much on Sundays, but I had so much to do earlier today. Around the house, just tons of stuff. And I needed to work on the XCOM roster in-game, and I didn't really do that, so I'm going to try to do that tomorrow morning. Tomorrow night, we'll probably do FTL, but we'll see. Depending on what the status of the Paladins is, we might do some WoW again this week. Game consumed my life in high school. Love it. Had to give it up cold turkey when I went into college, otherwise I wouldn't have done anything with my life. Share, I had to do the same thing. I had to quit WoW. I quit cold turkey in the middle of a raid one night, and I was the guild and raid leader. And I quit for a number of years. And then some friends started playing again, so I came back for a little bit, played for like 3 months, quit. And then a couple years later, they were playing BFA. I came back for a bit. I played that for like 3 days and was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. It was just such a garbage fest. And then I didn't come back until Classic. When they did the official Classic servers, I was like, I loved Classic. I love a slow-paced MMO that you can really explore and be a part of. I love the challenge, so I got into that, and I raided on my Hunter. None of my friends stuck with it, but I played it solo and got into a guild and raided. And then when they did hardcore, I was like, yeah. And now I am lucky enough that I can do this, where I can also stream it to some people. So I never would have predicted that. So, hey, Nanakamoto, good to see you.
Great to meet you. Watch your back.
One of these days, I'm going to do again, Kutaki was talking about this the other day, do a lore playthrough where you really, there's great mods for it these days. They have voiceover add-ons that'll read out, gives basically every mob a voiceover. A lot of them are generic, but you can get some good ones. They've worked on it a lot. Read all the quest text, really get into the lore, really get into the story, kind of play it more like a D&D campaign, but I've done these quests 10 times in the last couple weeks, so I don't really need to read them right now. I was supposed to turn in a quest over here and forgot. And I won't deny that there was a long period of time when I could have been doing better things in my life. WoW, in the early days, WoW hurt my relationship with my kid's mom and my kids. And I don't deny that. And it's why I quit WoW for so long. In my real life, I was nothing and nobody. Whenever I logged on to WoW, I had a guild of 500 people that, what are we doing? Where are we going? What do you need from us? We'll do anything, you know. You need materials, you need something done, you need something delivered, you need something handled. I felt important. So, WoW and other MMOs definitely have the ability to be consuming, especially because they can fill holes in your life that might exist, and they're not really the best thing to fill it with. I play now because it's just something I can chill and do. And I put the time and energy and focus into the other parts of my life that appropriately need them. That doesn't mean it didn't cost me things in the past, but that's not the game's fault, you know. That's a lack of self-discipline and self-control on my part when I was really young and really stupid. So I had a job that I didn't like. I didn't know how to be a dad because I didn't have a great role model in that respect. So I felt like I was failing with my kids constantly. I was failing in my relationship with my kid's mom, my former wife. And, you know, when I logged onto WoW, that relationship was great because everyone there, I was important to them. Whatever I needed, they did. And if I said we were doing something, it happened. No one questioned me. They just listened and it worked. Not a good thing, but I thought it was at the time. Hey, thick bear fur. There are apparently a lot of people here, so I'm gonna do just a little bit of a trick here. And hop a lair, because there's... Well, this looks a little bit busy too, but not as bad. So one of the aspects that came with the advent of modern servers is the lair aspect. But with a little bit of input, you can navigate that, so... But there's... It's a weekend after a holiday. A lot of people are on, and a lot of people are trying the game, so the newbie zones are a bit crowded. Do I still have auto loot turned on? No, okay, good. Auto loot's like really helpful, but it breaks my brain because I'm so used to not having it. Well, let's see. When I first got into WoW, I would have been like 18 or 19, so yeah. Yeah, I had kids. I know. I was stupid. Got some herbs. Can't get the earth root yet. Taki logged on. Failed attempt. It's a leaf. Just grab some. Let's go. If I wanted to keep failing at what I was doing, I'd be playing XCOM or FTL tonight. You have to kill a bunch of the Wendigos for one of the quests, but there's other stuff to do as well, so. Bad kitty. That was a bear, I know, but that kitty looked like he wanted to attack me, and I don't need none of that. Go away, kitty. I don't need you for any quests, so I'm gonna try to leave you alive. I didn't train my next level of Shadow Bolt, but I'm barely using it, so I don't need it right now. Hey, look at that, I got a bag. Too bad I already got full 8-slot bags, but dude, I leveled like my first 4 characters to level 20 before I ever had a single mob drop even a small pouch for any of my characters. So garbage. Resist my corruption? No one told you you could do that. That guy's gonna attack Tarnip. He's gonna attack me. Attack the imp! Why are you attacking me, bruh? Alright. Still need a thick bear fur. Dude, stop resisting! No! I love Final Fantasy XIV. I just didn't have the time to keep up with it, and then I wasn't planning on getting back into an MMO, and then the WoW Anniversary servers popped up, and yeah. But I can't afford 2 MMOs at a time, so I can't really afford one, but content. We're making content with it, right? That's what we do here when we're streamers. Call it content. Dude, stop with the freaking resist. It's tax deductible. Yeah. Did I not loot that? Ammo for rumble shot? Did I? I did, okay. I was like, really? Did I screw that up? Something I've done 1,000 times? If I had the time and ability to pay for it, I'd still be playing EVE Online. There was a point when I was playing EVE Online enough that it was paying for itself because you can buy game time in-game with EVE Online. I guess you can do that with retail WoW now too, but EVE Online was probably my second favorite MMO of all time, and FF14 is probably my favorite. I just don't have the time for it right now. My favorite MMO ever was probably Dark Age of Camelot. and
Great to
was-
meet you. See you
only
soon.
it died because of WoW, but God, it was fun.
Keep your feet on
Same
the
with
ground.
Warhammer Age of Reckoning. That was a ton of fun, but it was trying to become something in the MMO market when WoW existed, and that's just a losing battle. So and certainly at the time, you know, because that was in the early mid-2000s. You weren't going to succeed against WoW at that time, so. All right. Random interaction from just another random player. I am scared. Well, you should be. I don't know how to respond to that. I wasn't paying enough attention to them. I was trying to chat with you guys, talk to you guys, but they were self-found, so they probably should be scared. I understand the concept and the challenge that comes along with self-found, but it's a really weird thing to me because as like I approach it from a mindset of a D&D player when I play like classic WoW, and my character would make use of stores and places where he could buy things, and I guess the auction house, I guess you just basically don't include the auction house in that because you can buy from vendors with self-found, so maybe I would try self-found at some point, but Hellgraph, I agree completely. EVE Online is amazing. I played it a little bit earlier this year for like a month. I got some of my accounts going again, mostly with in-game currency that I had already on my main pilot, but it was kind of hard to get back into because all my pilots were out in a wormhole. I had moved into a wormhole system years ago, so that was, yeah, different. I was solo living out of it was either a C2 or a C3 wormhole with a C1 and a C5 static, so. Okay, that guy's gonna kill me. Alright, let's not die here, please. I might legitimately die here. No, okay, I should be okay, but God, that was annoying. I'm talking too much and not paying attention. That would have been hilarious to die here. Still got the boar. All right, let's get Tarnet back. Anime trash and free, that's okay. There's been some free MMOs that, you know, were fun for a time, but, and I understand, I remember Hillhome, when I was talking about MMOs in the past, had said that he could just never really get behind paying to play a game. I can totally understand that. But in my experience of playing most every MMO that's come out throughout the years, if an MMO was free to play, it was almost always far lower quality. Not always, but... And I just, every once in a while, if I don't play an MMO for like 6 months, I get the itch again, so. It's infected me for decades. Gotta pick my flowers. Did I get my boar meat off of that? I did. Nice. Failed attempt to rip leaves off a bush. Yeah, we had a few close calls. After I got off stream and I got some food in me, I had a little more energy, so played a little bit with Kutaki and Blue, trying to get Kutaki's paladin caught back up. And there were some spicy moments. Kutaki doesn't like being a healer in hardcore, and they're not the healer in our paladin group, but leveling them up, my brother Blue and I made our original 2 dwarven characters, which are a warrior and a hunter. So just by virtue of the composition, Kutaki has been a little bit of a healer whenever the situation got spicy, but it's fun. It's fun when it gets spicy. Just not when someone forgets to press their bubble after a 3-hour dungeon run. I have a heal button for the bear. I can heal the bear. That's true. You learned how to use your bubbles. Too bad that didn't happen 27 levels. Oh, wait. I'm just joking. But you did Potato Bug and Frost-Yo. Frost-Yo! Hey, give me some, make this my home. And give me some beer.
Be good. Great to meet you. See you soon.
Hey! Level 7?
Salutations! You have a great day now.
That's level 8, okay.
Be seeing you.
Cool. Squeaky ass gnome voice.
Hi, off with you. Talk to me.
Cool. Walking
Watch
into
your
holes. Turn in stocking jet steam, and then I gotta go do the frost or the Wendigos. I didn't do those. Super chill tonight. Thank you guys for chilling with me. It's been a fun little time to hang out so far. Frostbolt Chew. Flotsam Jetsam. Yeah, that's the rooster from Looney Tunes, right?
Well met. Safe travels.
We're playing the other night,
Be good.
getting Kutaki's Paladin started again, and we had to do Dune Moreau. I've done this zone a lot recently. And stocking jet steam is the name of that quest because you're giving him supplies to stock his steam tank, which is called jet steam. And Kutaki said, Flotsam Jet Steam? Flotsam Jetsam? And then he goes, isn't that the rooster from Looney Tunes? Foghorn Leghorn? Yeah. We're dorks when we play, so. You guys probably noticed that when we streamed the other
Can I
day,
help
you know,
you?
when it was
Alrighty
the
then.
3 of us, Blue, myself, and Kutaki. Also, if anyone's playing on Doomhowl, the US hardcore classic server, and you want some people to maybe play with occasionally, say something in the Discord. Maybe I'll make a, you know, a channel for it in the Discord, but there's only a couple of us in our little guild. I'm not in the guild right now. Someone could remedy that. But, yeah. Hey, Not Akamoto. Well, thank you for the lurk. Always good to see you and chat with you. Hopefully the storm doesn't get too bad. You can't die. You're a paladin with a bubble. I'll let you live it down eventually, just not anytime soon. This music is great, not only for the zone, it sounds like the music of a low-level character's burgeoning journey into the world of Warcraft. It's like there's a... How do I describe it? I'm being too grandiose about the quality of this music, but I really do enjoy it. This music is like... It captures the feeling of a new player opening their eyes to the, you know, the world that they're adventuring into. into the world of Warcraft. When life gets you down, you can't just give up on the world of Warcraft. You guys gonna stay outside all day and play with the ball, or are you gonna sit at your computer and do something that matters? Okay, I gave that to Tarnip, sure. See, I care about my imp. Big crit, 36. We're balling now. Did you just fucking resist me, sir? That is unacceptable behavior. Well, it wasn't supposed to go on him, but I hit F1 to target myself, and then I hit it again, which targets the gnome, the imp. So yeah, he got the scroll. It's a waste of a corruption. He's almost dead. Well, he did. He's got it right there. Bullshit. That's my buff. I don't have to travel to the back of this cave. If I was playing a Blunderbeard Dwarf, which is the dwarf faction that my brother and I have created, I would be oath-bound to travel to the rearmost section of this cave. I don't have to do that. The Blunderbeards always travel to the back of any cave, cavern, crevice, or mine in any zone that they travel through, as they are oath-bound to the stone, as their clan is miners of the highest caliber. So whenever we play our dwarves that are Blunderbeard clan dwarves, if we're in a zone where there's a cave, we have to travel to the furthest point from the entrance. And physically touch the back wall as a way to honor the cave and the bounty that could be found within it, whether that be the spoils of slaughter, such as these Wendigos, or mining ore, stones, precious gems, the like. I did play City of Heroes for a while, but I never got super deep into it. I just, I didn't have the time at the time. I don't remember what, like, the level or, you know, exactly how the system was categorized, but I got into the early parts of the late game on one of my characters, which was the Toxic Toad. He was a, Spines regen scrapper who had leaping for his, movement ability. It's fun. Well, if there's two entrances, then you have to go in one entrance and out the other, like in a mine. Something like that. But yeah. I need 4 more Wendigo mains. There's one. But yeah, City of Heroes was a lot of fun. Me and Blue played a couple characters. They were mafia-themed characters. So he was a super strength and willpower or invulnerability tank, and I was a guns minions controller or guns traps controller. No, it was probably guns healing or empathy, something like that. And they were named, what were their names? Fatty Calzone was his big fighter, and my guy was Babyface Stromboli. Stupid stuff. We made our fun. We started with Classic EverQuest, and that was an MMO where making your own fun was the game, so we learned to do that in any MMO we played. Modern MMOs they want to guide you and make the fun for you, but I still make my own fun a lot of the time. Alright. Got my mains, main. Jeez, kind of slaughtered a few. I didn't do that. Entirely, Sierra. I'd say 95% of it was making weird characters, for sure. Hold on, because I think I might even have... I sent this to Blue the other day. Let me... Because in one of my old hard drives that I was cleaning off, I think I found a screenshot of my character's bio for Stromboli. Let me see if I can find it. Alright, let me not just stand here. Yep, there it is. I'll share this in chat. That was the bio for Babyface Stromboli when I first made him. Like you said, it was all about making your own fun and your own characters in City of Heroes. Keebler, the robot devices mastermind with a grudge against Santa. Very nice. Get off me, bruh. I'm trying to remember if I played a Warlock in Classic or if my first time picking up a Warlock might have been TBC. Like, serious, I played all the classes a little bit in Classic, but my first time really playing a Warlock might have been TBC. I'm trying to remember, because I know I raided with that Warlock a little bit in TBC, but not that much. So it's probably late in TBC that I picked them up. Vanilla, yeah, vanilla. Alright, I generally don't want to go over to that side of the zone until I've gotten level 8. I'm just going to kill some stuff for a little bit here. I raided with that Warlock through the end of TBC's time, and then through Kata, and then came back and raided with them through Legion. But I don't think I raided with a Warlock much in Vanilla Classic, like way back in, you know, the day. Because I was mostly playing my Hunter back then. A little bit lower. The reason is at level 8 I get fear. I don't want to go to the other side of the zone, because when you go to the other side of the zone there's a quest that has you come back over here, and I don't want to repeat that trip 5 times. So I remember that, Kutaki. There were abilities like that as early as either Kata or certainly in Legion, where you would dot up one enemy and then use an ability and it would spread the dot to all the enemies, which allowed locks who weren't destruction to do AoE damage. I still played primarily destruction because I'm not a bitch. I'm joking. If you play Affliction, that's fine. You're just a sheep that does what everyone else does. kid. Now I'm getting all kinds of ribs in me. He walked out of my range and then walked right back in right as I finished the cast, so it actually went off. That guy did a chunk of damage to me. I did a chunk of damage to him. Alright. It'll take too long. I'm getting impatient and I shouldn't. I'm the one who preaches patience for hardcore, but... Oh. I see a peace bloom that needs to be picked. We were playing a little bit last night, Kutaki, Blue, and I, and we were in Loch Modan, and there's some of the Trog camps. We found one that just hyper-spawned. Like, the moment one died, they respawned. And we sat there for like half a level just killing stuff, because it was so fast. And I could just stand in one spot on the hunter and just shoot stuff. I didn't ever have to move, except to loot. Normally, hyper-spawning or dynamic spawning was introduced in the classic servers to handle the greater population, especially in newbie zones and lower-level zones, but sometimes you find a place that just hyper-spawns just cuz it does. So, and that's where a lot of people die, too. They go into a cave system or a mine, and it spawns right on top of them. It hyper-spawns, and everything respawns almost instantly, and they die. It's their own damn fault for not knowing what they were doing and going in alone, but... Why am I stabbing you? I have a wand. I need 15 herbalism to be able to get the earth root. I have 13 right now, and apparently someone else is out here killing stuff. This is my zone. Let's bounce layers real quick. See if we get layered. Either they were already on my lair, or it's just taking its time, because sometimes it takes a few seconds. There it goes. Look, fresh stuff to kill. Layering, it's broken, but I'll make use of it when I'm playing solo. We even did a little bit last night when we were grouped, because there were so many people. It was like it was Saturday night after a holiday. It was weird. So many damn people in the zone, we didn't have stuff to kill. To look, because the primary reason destruction wasn't the primary spec in classic is it just was not near as strong, and the reason why is searing pain causes too much threat, and it's one of the primary damage abilities for destruction, but because I don't think incinerate was introduced to like Kata or later, and you don't get soulfire till a much higher level. Yeah. 48. Yeah, we're close to dead mines. If Blue gets on, we could level the that trio. I wouldn't mind that, but Kutaki's paladin died. My paladin's alive, Blue's is alive, but Kutaki died to the final boss in SFK with the boss at like 6% health. So I was the tank and I got mind controlled, and the healer got stunned, and Arugula, or Arugal, was on Kutaki, and they forgot to bubble, unfortunately, before they got bopped in melee for a lot of damage. So, too much stuff happening at once. A lot to focus on. Running a Pally trio has its own challenges. So, but forgot to hit the bubble, and we called it out, but mistakes happen. It's hardcore. It's classic WoW. It's not easy. So, we're getting their Paladin leveled back up, though. They're up to almost level 17. So, once we get them to level, we could even do it at 18, but it makes sense to wait till 20 to do Dead Mines because they have the Paladin quest at 20 to get an item from the woodworkers. So, we'll do Dead Mines at 20 and then we'll run them through Wailing Caverns, mostly for the experience and the quests. And they'll be pretty close to back. And then we'll do the Elite quest in Loch Modan for the other item for the quest. And we'll just fill some quests in where we can and get them caught back up. So, we'll get there. Okay, that's a lot of cats. Yep, that's a lot of cats. I'm just gonna let... Okay, I got a lot of cats. Sorry, Tarnit, but I don't care about you. Not dying there. I agree, Olsen. I agree completely. Because it allows you to feel more connected to the class you're playing when you have class-specific quest lines. Not only do you get really cool thematic rewards a lot of times, but you just feel more connected to what you're playing. I think. I did not mean to press that. Move that. Almost level 8.
I need to get closer.
The funniest thing about the Felsteed mount that you get is it doesn't size based on your species, your race. So it's a full-size horse for the gnome. And it just looks goofy, but it's a free mount, so...
It's too far away.
Get that silver leaf. Got some peace bloom behind me. That's Cat Alley over there, apparently. I'm gonna actually drink some water. Might as well eat some beer-basted boar ribs and get a little bit of stamina. Also, I think he has Blood Pact too, but I need to go get it, so that would have helped my survivability a bit here. Legion was probably the last expansion that I played of modern WoW that I enjoyed. Everything after that, and some of the stuff between.
I need to get closer. It's too far away.
Not my cup of tea. For me, Classic's where it's at. Goofy little gnome running around, slaughtering things. Stay away, kitty. This is my flower. Kitty. All right, we got level 8, so now we'll head over to the west side of the zone. This is less time efficient, but safer, so it's the way I approach it on hardcore. When Kutaki, Blue, and I were running through this zone the other night, we were in Frostmane Hold and bailed out a hunter who aggroed a bunch of crap on himself and was looking, staring death in the face. But we saved him because they're nice. I was going to let him die, but they were like, no, he's a dwarf. We can save him. Softies. Bunch of freaking softies.
All right, then.
Okay, something's... Am I missing something?
Hey!
Blood Pact rank 1. It says Imp already known, but he doesn't know it. Because he doesn't have it.
Very well, then.
Am I missing something?
Pleased to meet you. You have a great day now.
Don't tell me he already knows it when he clearly doesn't. Game.
Can I help you?
Now you can say already known. Because now he knows it. Idiot.
Goodbye
All right.
now.
So that's done. Now we've got the most broken spell literally in the entire game with Fear. Cool.
I've the finest wares in the land.
I know there's add-ons to, like, automate selling all the junk, but I'm not that worried about it.
Watch your back.
All right. Now we go to Brunel Village, Shimmer Ridge, Frostmane Hold. Moving right along. Fear Ward might be a good, that might be arguably stronger than Fear. But from a, like, solo play standpoint, Fear is the strongest ability probably in the entire game. Some rogue abilities might compete, but... One where you fight minions while the boss heckles you and then fight the boss? That sounds like possibly a couple different ones. How did I mute sound? Target the or the one to dress. Hey, why don't you piss off? Seriously, we're doing this right now, game. Case in freaking point. Cool. All right. Which is going to throw me off for a second while I readdress my hotkey positioning, but... Alright. Makes sense to get to Brunel Village first, because all the animals that are over here that you'd be fighting, you get a quest to kill all of them in Brunel Village, so make it over there first. Excuse me, that's right. A metal dress is still a dress.
Welcome. Keep your feet on the ground.
Here there. Be good. Watch your back. What's on your mind? Off with you.
Alright. Let's do animals in Shimmer Ridge. A little bit safer than going into Frostmane Hold just yet. It really is good. I can turn up the music if it's not loud enough. I'm trying to balance everything, and this isn't a game I stream very often, so normally I'm just listening to it solo. And a lot of the time I don't have the game music on, actually, because I'm listening to a video or something or a movie while I'm playing, or I'm talking with you guys, and the music gets a little bit too loud. You guys being Kutaki and Blue when I play with them, but my arm and shoulder are absolutely killing me. They really need to stop.
That ability isn't ready yet.
So I often will click off a buff that a player that I'm not grouped with gives to me, especially if I'm playing a character primarily solo, because what I don't want to do is get my brain used to having the buff while I'm fighting a couple mobs, and then the buff wears off and I don't think about it or realize it, and I have less health or less mana or whatever the case may be, and I get myself in a tight spot. So I'll just fight with my own stuff that I know that I can count on and what I have. Probably overthinking it, but that's just the way my brain works. Or doesn't work, I'm not sure. It's one of those. Purple robe. Got a purple robe. It's fancy and it's purple and it's a robe. Don't you shock Tarnip, you giant weirdo. I don't give a shit about him, but don't shock him. He's mine to punish. Get wrecked. How many crits would you like? Yes. Hey! Hey! Don't go where I can't loot you. Spicy. That's right, Plasma! That's not... I meant to open with the imp, not me. You want to do a casting battle like we're DBZ characters and energy blasts? You're gonna lose, kid. Ow. Alright, I've only gotten 3 shimmerweed, so... Ah. Ooh! See, that's what I didn't want to do. What he's doing right now, he's got both of them on him. His imp's gonna go down, and then he's gonna have 2 casters on him. I think they're AFK. Okay, they're not AFK, they just... What are you doing? See? Tarnip, if you misbehave, this could happen to you. I think that guy went over the edge. Okay, I guess this is shallow enough you could probably make it down. Do we see his little broken body anywhere? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I didn't want to do what happened to him, so that's why I didn't attack the camp. Sometimes there's a headhunter right there. Yeah, there was, but it's dead. Ah, we has a mage. I don't like this side. She's kind of getting worked by this dude. She's at 53 health and 53% health. Yeah, she's bailing. She's 2 levels below that mob, so... Where you going? Huh? Where you going, friendo? Oop, he's getting close to the camp. Yeah, alright. That's why I normally don't come over here solo too much. Seems like it's been a while since there was a death. Well, I'm not gonna die. Knock on wood. And I'm trying to find stuff that I can kill without risking me dying, so... Like I said, I don't play fast. I'm not playing hardcore to try to race through it, so, on any level. Opening up famous last words to voice.text. Shut up. Where's that dude going? He saw me coming. And he's like, nah, fuck that, he's gonna kill me.
I'm out of range.
Ow. I just need one of them to leash back.
I need to get closer.
Well, if I can kill one of them, even if Tarnip dies, it's fine by me. Oh, he resisted. That's gonna be spicy. Alright, that one's dead. He's not dead? Fucking hell. He lived.
It's too far
And
away.
the other one's running, and that guy's full health, so... That's why I didn't try to take that camp the first time, because I pretty much knew that's exactly what would happen. He lived with 9 health. Thought he was gonna go down. What did we learn? Yeah, that I don't give a shit. You're right. Yep, let's go. If I had a single, even minor health potion, I could just raw blast these guys down. All right. Ooh, is that guy coming too? Well, he's not on me, but he's running this way, which means he's going to be. Really?
I'm out of range.
Oh, they reset. Okay. This whole not dying thing is getting in the way. Hey, you. You with the face. Stop chucking spears at me, bruh.
I need to get closer.
Ziona. My Ziona. Bro, you're gonna take a lot of damage there. He's level 9. He can get them both down. He's got enough health. So, kudos. I'm gonna take this basket. Thanks, bro. And I'm gonna take this one too. And that's it. Cool.
It's too far away.
He hit you. Why are you casting on me? Attack the little shit that attacked you. Someone just said Hunter feels awful right now. They're level 6, so yeah, you're not a hunter. You're just a weak fighter with a ranged weapon. I just want to stab this guy a little bit. Don't get to do that much after a few levels, so. Still need headhunters, but they're easier to find in Frostmane Hold than up on this ridge, so. Excuse me, arguably it's more dangerous in Frostmane Hold, though, so.
That's still recharging.
Good time. Well, what else has anyone else played recently? Share with me some games you guys have been enjoying recently. Something I should look into. If there's anything.
I can't cast
Anyone
that.
been playing anything fun? Why don't you get out of my face, bro? Yeah, how you like me now? Get feared, bitch. Stupid bear. Or games we should stream. I should stream. I mean, you guys can stream them too if you want, but... The Long War campaign's not going to be too much longer. We're getting to where we're ramping up into the final stages of the end game, so... Yeah, I saw that on Discord a lot, Saline. I've heard a lot about Rogue Trader, and a number of people have played it and streamed it, but I haven't looked into it enough to know if it's up my alley.
I need to get closer.
Where are you going, Boar?
I'm out of range.
Come on, man. You had to get one big hit in, huh? Dumb boar. Stupid boar. All right.
I need to get closer. That spell isn't ready yet.
Okay. Guess I might as well turn in the Shimmerweed quest while I'm here.
Talk to me. Watch your back. Off with you. Be good.
Cool. Also been playing Transport Tycoon Deluxe or Open TTD. Okay.
I'm out of range.
You know, I wasn't sure that getting back into Classic WoW was going to be a good thing, but I've enjoyed it, and more importantly, it got me to stop playing League again, which I was kind of having fun with, but also that's just toxicity that no one needs to have in their life. Nice. And yes, I know I click abilities occasionally. I'm not playing. I'm playing on a class I haven't played in a long time, so my hotkeys are very different, and I still haven't figured out where I want to put everything, so there will be clicking as I figure out how I want to do my hotkeys for this class. Put me on a balanced druid circa Wrath or Kata, and I don't need to click a damn thing. But or a rogue in Classic I can probably do without. You know, it's funny you say that, Zarnia, but there are some really good reasons to use redundant hotkeys. So a lot of people will double up their hotkeys because then when they, especially if they're prone to fat fingering something, sometimes if they miss it with the key next to it, they still get the ability that they needed to get. It's not a bad idea for, like, emergency buttons in a lot of cases, so. Shadow Bolt's not exactly one of those, but. Ooh. Were you or are you into making macros? For some things, yes. I don't overindulge in macros too often, but like for my rogue, all my openers are macroed with pickpocket just for ease of use and extra money. And it depends on the class. Some classes don't need a lot of macros. Some classes really benefit from heavy macro use.
It's too far away. I need to get closer.
Someone was in general chat talking about how there's too many gather quests in this zone for the boars, and there are 2 gather quests in this zone for the boars. You pick them up at the same time, and you can get both items off of the same boars. It's like the most efficient starting zone gathering quest in the game. Like, if you're gonna complain about something that's actually worth complaining about. I'm all about complaining, as you guys well know, but. Just the complaint needs to be founded, you know? Have a reason. If he runs into that camp, that'd be fucking hilarious. Why don't you take a walk? Fear is broken. That is all. That is disgustingly powerful. Alright, I'm gonna die in this cave. I just have a feeling. More than a feeling. There's a treasure chest down there, but that ain't happening.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
Come on. Warlocks are tankier than a lot of clothies just by virtue of the extra stamina and regen from demon skin. I didn't take near as much damage there as I expected to, but more than I wanted to, less than I expected to. Alright, we're just gonna be slow, safe, methodical. We're not dying in this cave. Don't clip that. Get myself 20 more health here with some food buff. Ow. Okay, I need you on passive. I'll tell you when to attack.
I can't cast that yet.
Clicked the wrong key on my, or button on my mouse there. Corruption was pointless there. He's basically dead. Yeah, I gotta get back into the mindset for Warlock, but... Alright, let's see. Is there one right behind here? Yes. Alright, we should be able to grab this guy. Oh, hello. Works for me. Hey, that pillar actually line of sights him, which is crazy. Because line of sight is a myth in Classic. That guy aggroed.
That spell isn't ready yet.
I put my wand on one of my mouse buttons, but the problem is the wand attack puts all your spells on GCD or on cooldown as well. It shares the GCD. Well, this hunter's doing the brunt of the work in front of me, which is whatever. Yeah, I did it again. I gotta not do that. I need to move that key. I need to change that keybind. Don't resist. I don't need you aggroing other shit.
I'm out of range.
Get whipped in the face, bitch. I got a wand.
It's too far away.
Two places you can get the fully explore. Right here, and where the elf went. On the map, it shows the little hour, or the little magnifying glass right there, but I find it safer to go to the back of the cave, because more enemies over there, and more chance of getting too much crap on you, but... You do you, Malice Hunts. Done with Frostmane Hold. Need 2 bears, 3 boars, and 6 leopards for a favor for Evershine. And then all the gnome stuff, which we can do a lot of those at the same time. They all spawn in a very similar area. Well, the leper gnomes have some isolated areas, but they share very close proximity to a lot of the aminals I need.
That's still recharging.
You resisted my fear? Bad boy. Don't resist my fear.
I need to get closer.
Now I gotta run to loot you. Why'd you have to run so far away? Gnomer is like 30 to 30, high 30s, depending on... What's the game say it is, or the... 29 to 38, yeah, so 30 to high 30s. I wouldn't go in there before like 32, 34. And the last boss is like 37 or 38, so... I probably wouldn't run it on hardcore if I was going for a full dungeon run until I was 36.
That spell isn't ready yet.
You can remember on non-hardcore servers doing it at level 29 a lot of the time because the items from the quest for killing the final boss were sought after for level 29 battleground characters. Over-geared, you know, characters for their battleground bracket. Alright.
I'm out of range.
I'm gonna kill a lot of these leper gnomes. I'll kill this boar too. She's getting whooped.
It's too far away.
She lost a lot of health there for being a priest. Half health against one gnome. She's self-found, so... Which at this level makes almost no difference. But it probably means she doesn't have a wand. And that's the biggest thing for an early level caster.
That's still recharging.
Dude, I'm literally already
I'm
killing
out
it.
of
What are you doing?
range.
No. Now, Fear here is a little more dangerous because he might run into another gnome, but...
It's too far away.
There's a couple other people around, so... But not too many. There's still plenty of enemies to get. Did it again with the damn wand. Yeah, he's gonna... Oh, no, that other one got pulled, so... Perfect. You come back over here. I don't want to walk all the way for your loot. Son of a bitch. This is the problem with fearing.
I can't cast that yet.
Yeah. you want to take it, you can kill it, and then I'm going to loot it. Like, if you're going to try to tag my mob, you can do the work. Thank you. Dumbass. I don't try to be mean, but people make it so easy. I think I left a peace bloom behind over here, but we'll get the silver leaf. All right, I'm at 4 and 3 on the cogs and the gears. Hey, nice. The loot will be right next to me. I probably don't need to be fearing these guys. They're not going to do enough damage by the time they're dead, but it's good to build the habit of how to approach the fights on a class I'm not as familiar with anymore. It's been so long. He did like 30% damage to me, but he was also, I think... No, he was only level 9. He wasn't level 10. This guy's level 10. Oh, that's a bad fear. That's the type of fear that could get me killed, but I think he's only going to grab that one. And we leveled up, but Pipsqueak's over here getting wrecked.
Out of range.
He's going to die, probably. I'm not going to fear this one because there's too much other stuff back there.
That spell isn't ready yet.
So we'll just have to resummon the turnip. Good quest drops, though. Come on, turnip. Well, you probably shouldn't have ran up there.
I can't cast that yet.
And now there's 2 hunters over here. All right. Are they together? Yeah, they're in the same guild, so. I don't need much more from these leopard gnomes, so. There's a mage over here. Everybody's over here. Hey, Swish, what's going on? We're just having a chill night of some leveling an alt on Classic WoW Hardcore. Nothing super exciting tonight. Just a chill time hanging out with friends. Oh. Hey, Kutaki. Wormrest Accord is a weird place to be leveling your paladin up. I know you can hear me.
It's too far away. That's still recharging.
Yep, she got the tag. That's opening with Curse is an instant cast, but it doesn't do damage for a full 2 seconds, so easy for someone else to do the initial damage and get the tag, which is fine. Oh my god, we're failing to pick a flower multiple times. We got it. Woohoo! Okay, so, well, there are too many damn people over here. We'll just use our little trick. Come on. Waiting to see the landscape change. Come on. Not the landscape, but all the dead bodies. Yeah, there's some people on this layer as well, but does it look better? Looks a little bit better. Maybe. Yeah, I can get a few. Looks a little less crowded. So layers are essentially exactly what they sound like for someone who's, those of you who may not be familiar with the way classic WoW operates now, probably modern retail WoW as well, but essentially the servers can handle so many people that instead of the server just having one instance of the area, instance is generally referred to like dungeons. An isolated area had its instanced content. So you would be in one version of it, and other groups would be in their own isolated version of it. Well, now layers are essentially the open world broken into multiple layers so that there's enough mobs and stuff to go around for everybody with the influx of more players. You can layer hop by getting invited to somebody who's on someone inviting you into a group if they're on a different layer than you. So if you're in a really overcrowded area, sometimes by just getting into a group, you can get layered into a different layer where there's stuff to kill. So you're still in the same zone, but you're on a different version of it, multiversal plane of it. I'm not gonna fear this guy. I don't fear you, leper gnome.
That spell isn't ready yet.
All right, I need 2 more restabilization cogs. There's 1. And there are add-ons that people use to hop between layers, but there are also people that run just auto-invite add-ons to where if someone in a global chat, like looking for groups, says layer, they'll invite you, and you can wait till you're layered and then just leave the group. That's what I did, essentially. No restab. Come on, bruh. Tired of fighting you little green men. There we go. 3 stabs done. Now I just need animals. Gotta kill a bunch of animals, which sounds horrible in context. Out of context. In context, it's just animals. Actually, I only need 2 more bears, but I need 6 more leopards. Don't need any more boars. There's a leopard. A leopard. Got some flowers to pick. Ooh, flower. Ooh, piece of candy. There's a lot of flowers behind me. Gotta pick my herbs for my herbalism. They're medicinal. Crick the Paladin. Interesting name for a dwarf paladin. Exactly. Exactly, Saline. You're getting it. You understand. You're picking up what I'm putting down. Yes, exactly, Sierra. Crick's kind of getting worked. I mean, he's gonna live, but I wouldn't cry if he didn't. I'd probably laugh a little. Karma's gonna kick me in the nuts the first time I die in hardcore, because it hasn't happened yet. Bye! Alright. Oh, I don't need any more bears. Oh, well, Tarnip wants this bear, so... Wow, nice hit, Tarnip. Away, little girl. 4 more leopards. 4 more kitty cats gotta die. Oh, someone killed Timber. The rare spawn that spawns out there on that little island. I've seen a lot more rares in modern classic WoW than I ever did in vanilla, and I think it's in part because of the layer system, because they can exist multiple times on different layers, but also just I think they upped the spawn rate of some of them, because I see them a lot more frequently than I ever did in the past.
I need to get closer.
Maybe also on hardcore, rares are rarely elites. They're just rare. Sometimes they're a little stronger than a normal mob of their level, or they're higher level than other mobs in the area. But maybe on hardcore, people just avoid fighting them because of the potential or perceived risk associated with it. Because you can see around this mob's portrait, there's no border. A rare mob, an elite mob, will have a gold dragon around its portrait to indicate that it's much stronger than an average creature of that level. It's an elite mob. A rare mob has a silver dragon, which doesn't indicate that it's strong necessarily. It just indicates that it's rare. But lesser experienced players might not know that and might perceive that that's an elite mob and not kill it as much. Yeah, exactly, Saline. You had to really hunt for them. Layering is definitely a big part of it. The fact that there's multiple layers definitely contributes to seeing those creatures more, but I think hardcore also contributes because of the potential perceived risk of fighting those mobs. Also, Timber, while he himself isn't particularly strong compared to another mob of the same level, is always flanked by 2 starving timber wolves. So it's a 3-mob fight no matter what. And that can be very dangerous, so.
It's too far away.
Alright, all our quests complete. Turn in here, do Tundra McGann's on our way back. Then we turn in Keranos, run back out to Brunel Village, turn in a quest, Hearth back to Keranos, then finish the other side of the zone, and we're almost done with Dune Moreau. Which I think is still the best of the starting zones. Yeah, it still does. Rake has a 1.0 attack speed, as opposed to a 1.6 or 1.8 or 2.0 for other cats, which means in PvP, it had really good spell knockback. It didn't make any difference in PvE. The damage was the exact same. But the it was good for Fury or Frenzy uptime, Furor uptime. The Beast Mastery spec, where whenever they crit, they have increased attack speed, so attacking more meant faster crits and better uptime. And in PvP, it was Broken Tooth was actually the mob's name. They had the fastest attack speed, so they would knock back casters more frequently, so. So yeah, there are differences in some pets in Classic, whereas in Modern WoW, as far as I know, pretty much every pet is the same, except for appearance.
You got my attention. Off with you.
Okay. We're going up there. To the quest that people constantly ask for help with, even though it's not a quest that requires you to kill anything. Well, the 1.0 attack speed was fine. Like I said, it wasn't a measurable increase in DPS in most situations, but it did increase knockback. Enemy spellcasters don't suffer knockback. Non-player spellcasters can be interrupted, but don't suffer knockback from attacks. So it didn't make any difference in PvE content, other than the fact that more attacks could mean more crits, more frequent crits, which would keep Frenzy up more often. But, yeah. You know what we need to do? Because we're probably going to be waiting on this damn Yeti to get out of the cave. We're going to do a giveaway for today because you guys... Hey, he just left the cave, which sucks because I have to go all the way up here first. So we are going to be waiting 6 minutes because he runs out of the cave for about 45 seconds and then runs into the cave and stays in the cave for 6 minutes. So... we caught him on the worst timing possible, basically.
Interest you on a pint?
All right. But we need to do a giveaway because you guys have been awesome to hang out tonight and enjoy some Classic WoW with me. It's very different than what we normally see on the stream here, and it's just awesome that a handful of you have decided to hang out and enjoy it with me tonight. We got to wait on this big idiot to get out of there anyway, so let me go over here and let's get my Streamlabs dashboard up. And let's hold off on those ads. And let's go ahead. We're going to run a giveaway. For those of you who don't know, during this entire week as we close out 2024 and ring in 2025, we are running giveaways. There's a massive list. You can see the link right there that'll show you the list of games that are available. But if you win, type xclam raffle to enter the giveaway. And if you win, you get to pick a game. We'll get you the code. And yeah, it'll be lots of fun. Hopefully you can pick a game you'll really enjoy. So you got 5 minutes to enter the giveaway. We got to wait on this Yeti anyway, so no reason not to. Type xclam raffle in the chat. If you're over on the YouTube side, gotta do it on the Twitch chat. That's the only way I've got it set up right now. And yeah, get you a game. And I'm gonna kill some boars while I wait, because there's no reason not to be efficient with our time.
That's still recharging.
I didn't drop any frames, so as far as I can tell, it doesn't appear to be on my side. Only 2 people in the raffle so far. I know a lot of you are lurking, but wake up to type raffle so you can win yourself a fun game. We got a lot of really fun titles on there too, mostly provided by Koviers, Zionzi, and Mr. Moose, and a couple other generous donors as well for game codes. Bazaar All, Hill Home, and I put a few on there myself, so definitely get you in there and get a game. My camera's lagging a little bit, it seems. It might have been doing that all night. I haven't paid attention to it. This guy didn't make it. Huh, I'm not dropping any frames, and I don't appear to be having any lag or anything. Anyone else seeing lag? It's choppy. I'm not sure, because I'm not dropping any frames. I do not know. Frame rate, bit rate's good. I didn't drop any frames. Connection's solid. I am not of the shore. Maybe it's on Twitch side. Well, could be the Twitch server. I can see my camera lag a lot just now. Yeah, my camera's super choppy. Let me see if there's anything I can do with it. But anyone who's speaking up in chat. Yeah, you know what?